Tony Ross gonna give me some love. That's my guy.
Yes. What's up, brother?
Actor, comedian, hilarious guy. One of my good friends out here, man. First of all, I appreciate you, brother. I really do.
Well, I hope you know the esteem that I hold you in, because I know I need a haircut and a shave, but you called and I'm like, I'll be on TV looking like this for Mike Hill.
No, you look good, man. You look good.
Nah,
man.
Look at this, man. I'm all messed up.
I've been rocking with you for a long time, man. Long before I even came out to LA. And then when I came to LA, I was like happy that you knew who I was, bro.
Come on, I'm a big, super incredible sports fan.
You're a huge fan. I remember you did a bit on stage one time when I was in the audience, and you was talking about how you was watching me one time with, you was with somebody.
I was with somebody.
You were in the mix or something like that, and you was watching, and you was like, nah.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny back then. You're a big sports fan, though, man.
Yes.
Huge sports.
Steelers, baby.
Most comedians I know are huge sports fans.
Yeah, most comedians had aspirations to play some type of sport on some level.
Did you?
I did. I played everything. Because I have older brothers. So my one brother played baseball. I just played baseball to just be able to hang out with him. My other older brother played basketball. I played basketball to be able to hang out with him. Had another brother played semi-pro football. I played football to be able to hang out with him. Okay. So I just wanted to be down with my brothers so bad that I was like, whatever they're into, I'm going to be into it.
All right, now you great at comedy. Were you good at
sports? I am, yes.
Okay.
I was good at sports. I'm very good. I was a super shortstop.
Oh, super shortstop.
Super shortstop.
What does a super shortstop entail?
I was just very good for my age.
Okay.
My mother has a picture. I wish I could find it. We played Little League football, and my mother has a picture of myself and my brother Chris standing in the kitchen, and he's holding a championship trophy from Little League. Okay. And I'm holding the second place team for my division in Little League. Okay. And we both won like that summer.
So like on the show, everybody hates Chris. Yes. Remember he had his little brother.
I'm Drew. Yeah.
You're Drew. Yeah. And Drew was always better at sports and everything else. Was that true? Or
it's very true.
You was the one that
see it, man. You see it.
I love it, man. And so you're a huge Steelers fan.
Yes. Because when I played Little League football, we wore black and yellow. Okay. And I thought that was a farm system for the Steelers. I thought you play here and then they come and get you and take you to the Steelers.
Didn't quite work out.
I'm just waiting around like, Mom, when they come to get me, make sure that you let me know that let them know I'm here when the Steelers come to get me.
So what years were that? What era was that when you was growing up?
Late Steel Curtain. I remember like some of the guys. I remember Terry Bradshaw. And,
wow, man, we're going back that far.
Yeah, I remember my guy when we used to play, and I would always like throw around. You say you're somebody, like I'm making a catch. I would always quarterback and say, "Hey, I'm Bubby Brister."
Bubby.
I would literally be in the street like, "Yo, I'm Bubby Brister," and all my friends like, "Who the hell is Bubby Brister?"
Bubby Brister,
like he's the starting quarterback for the Steelers.
Yeah, I remember that back in the day. So the Steelers having a good season this year.
Very good season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you joke around with other comedians about your team? You guys?
Of course we all do that.
Are you in a fantasy league and everything like that too?
No, I don't. I'm such a Steelers fan. I don't play fantasy because I would pick the Steelers defense. I would pick Russell Wilson. I would pick George Pickens. I only care about my team.
Okay.
So I don't play fantasy.
And so you're happy with Russell Wilson and what he's been able to bring to the team?
I'm very happy. 4-0. 4-0.
Mm-hmm. And you look at the Ravens out there. You also look at other teams, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
A lot of people saying the Steelers are the best team in the AFC right now. What do you think?
I think we're going to get them on Christmas Day. I think the Steelers are going to beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day.
You think?
I feel very good about our chances.
Okay, you feel very good. How far do you think the Steelers can go this year?
I think we're going to win the division.
Okay. Over the Ravens?
Over the Ravens.
Okay.
I checked the numbers last night. They said if we win this game against Cleveland, our chances of winning the division are, I believe, 70%. Mm-hmm. And if we lose, it's like maybe 52.
And you have owned the Ravens.
And we own the
Ravens. You got the tiebreaker, right?
We got one.
Yeah, got one, right? Right now,
I think we can
74.
I think we can beat Cleveland twice.
Well, yeah, you should.
I think we can beat the Bengals twice.
Yep. The Bengals got a good offense. I mean, yeah.
KC, Philly's going to be tough. But other than that,
Okay, so
I like our chances.
Like 2 more losses this season, so we're talking about 13-4.
That would be sweet.
AFC North Division champions. Looking at
Now you got to come play us.
You got to go
right.
Pittsburgh.
You got to come to Pittsburgh.
Does Mike Tomlin get enough credit for the job he does with the Steelers?
From me, he does, but I got a few friends that feel otherwise.
Steeler fans.
Yeah.
What do they don't like about Mike Tomlin?
One of my friends, my man Shah, he just thinks he thinks he's been there. So you know how certain coaches have been there so long, they feel like the message is being lost now. Because it's like the same message over and over again. They need an injection of new energy and stuff like that.
All he does is win, though.
I'm riding with him.
It's the teeny winny afro, ain't it? That's probably what it is.
I'm riding with Tomlin. That's my guy.
Tomlin
that is my guy.
Then. So also other sports, you're a Mets fan.
Mets, yes.
Mets.
Very close to getting Juan Soto.
You're not,
If we get Juan Soto, it's a wrap.
TJ, okay.
You said stop?
Yeah.
We're not getting him?
He's a Yankee fan, Tony.
I'm a Yankee fan, too.
Oh, are you really?
But
Juan Soto's not a Yankee. Juan Soto's he's just like, I'll go biggest check, we'll have check, we'll travel.
Gun for hire.
He's a mercenary right now.
Right.
And that's cool. No, he can go to the Mets. I said as long as he goes to the Mets, he can't go to the Dodgers or the Red Sox. But he goes to the Mets, it don't matter. Because y'all not going to win anyway. I'm just like saying, like.
If we get Juan Soto, what did we sign? We signed somebody yesterday, a right-handed pitcher from Boston. Hegeman.
Doesn't make a difference. Not gonna make a difference. Not gonna make a difference.
Yeah, listen, if we get Juan Soto,
you better keep Pete Alonso too.
Oh, we definitely keep him. Alonso's a lifer. Alonso's the new David Wright. He's a lifer.
So you guys had an all-star cast 2 years ago, and what happened? You basically gave the entire team away. You used to trade the entire team away, and you was thinking about having a wholesale change before Grimace saved your season last year.
Hey man,
last season.
We're not talking about the past. We're living in the present going forward.
That's exactly what I tried to tell this guy.
Right?
Why are you bringing up old stuff? We're talking about today.
Who's your football team?
Giants. You're a Giant, but I stick with my team.
Okay,
but for the end of the show, here's the thing. I got a bet with TJ. I got this thing with TJ. We just did a contract.
Okay.
TJ's a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan.
Woo!
Out of all of his teams, like he's a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan.
I told him, you said out of all his
and
teams.
he's trying to get rid of the Cowboys. And he said that Rich won't allow him to leave the Cowboys. And I said, here's one thing we're going to do. I said, you can leave the Cowboys right now. We're going to allow you to leave. You got to sign a contract that you can't come back for 5 years.
Did you sign the contract?
Well, Tony, I got the contract right here, dog, and I'm mulling it over. As they say, I got to have my people like.
Wait, what were they on your list? The top 5 most disappointing? They were 3. Cowboys. Cowboys should be number 1 because of the.
No, they were number 2. They were number 2.
Cowboys should be number 1 because of the incredible enthusiasm you guys have every year.
That's every year.
Every year. This is the year. Here we go.
I feel like this is just
every year.
A Groundhog Day.
That's why you should be number 1. They should be number 1.
Don't they get on your nerves?
I hate Cowboy fans, and I very much dislike Laker fans.
Why do you dislike Laker fans?
Because Laker fans, you only see them when the Lakers are winning.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When the Lakers suck, you wouldn't even know who a Laker fan is.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even know. You all could be Laker fans right now, wouldn't have no idea. If they were on a 10-game winning streak, you guys would all be purple and yellow, and this is the year.
Isn't that about LA though? LA's kind of like that. LA, because even Dodger fans, right? Like I didn't see a lot of Dodger jerseys around here until this year.
Oh,
Have
you been to East LA?
No. This is a Dodger
Have you been to East LA?
I know it's a Dodger town, just like it's a Lakers town, right? But I didn't. All these Dodger hats they're wearing now, and the jerseys they're wearing now. I didn't see as many.
A lot of those car stickers. That's how you know. There's a lot of LA Dodgers, like Raiders and LA Dodgers.
No, I'm not saying the fans are here.
Vegas?
Definitely they are here, but I'm talking about they're not as vocal until you start.
Well, I think once playoffs start, then people that are just casual fans get more excited about it because now it's further into the season.
Yeah,
you know.
I want to talk about your comedy career, man. I think you're one of the most one of the funniest guys out there.
I'm the people's champ.
You are the people's champ, man. I really do believe that. You know, I know you're Chris's brother, whatnot, man, but you made a name of your own, Tony.
Thank you, sir.
And I like that. I mean, like I've been watching you since you were on what's that show that you and Dwayne did back
All
in
of
the
us.
All of Us with Lisa Ray and all that. Yeah, I thought you was funny back then. Then your stand up is hilarious. If you get a chance to see Tony Rock, wherever he is in concert or on the stage, go check him out. Your crowd work is phenomenal.
Yes,
man.
thank you.
How big is crowd work these days? You know, I just started comedy about a year ago, and I'm hearing like crowd work is phenomenal. I think you're one of the top 5 that I've seen when it comes to crowd work.
There's been a shift now in comedy because it used to be all about written material, but now because everybody lives in social media and they want to see stuff fast, being able to do crowd work and show people you can do it on the spot is the new thing. It's the new it thing. And if you have that ability, it is definitely a check.
Has that always worked for you?
Interesting story. When I got bumped up from feature to headliner, I didn't have enough material to go from feature to headliner.
Oh, really?
That's going from doing 20 minutes a set to an hour.
Right.
I didn't have the extra 40 minutes. But it's like being called up to the majors. You can't say, hey, I'm not ready to go yet. I got to still work on the curveball. You got to go when they call you.
Right.
And if you go and you don't produce, you get sent back down, and you might not ever get the chance again. So when I got bumped up to headliner, I didn't have the material, I would do 5 minutes of written material and 10 minutes of crowd work.
Okay.
And another 5 minutes material and 10 minutes of crowd work. And I would end with like my biggest bit just to end on a high note. But when I did the 10 minutes of crowd work, I had to find something every time to sustain me. Because if I had to go to written material early, I wouldn't finish. I'd finish early. I wouldn't have enough time. So I would go in the room and, how long you guys been together and what's going on here and you guys married and thank the Lord, I would always find something to give me 10 minutes of crowd work. That's how I got so strong at it.
Is there a key to that? Do you listen to other comedians interact with the crowd and you just kind of come back to them, or do you find it yourself?
No. It's just seeing it. You see, like, one time I was on stage, two guys and a woman sitting in the middle. Mm-hmm. What's going on here? This looks like an interesting pairing. The lady said, "This is my ex-husband, and this is his new husband."
Oh, whoa.
Now that's 30 minutes of material right there. That's 30 minutes. Wait, you divorced him and he married him. Okay, I know I'm going to be for the next 20 minutes of my set. We'll be right here. So you just got to be able to see stuff. You see like the couple that's not sitting together but sitting at the same table. You know what's going on here? Oh, we had an argument in the car. Okay, well, tell me about it,
Right.
It's like being a therapist on the spot.
How do you know to stay on that crowd? Like sometimes it could work out because they're interacting, they're into it, they're funny, they came to laugh or whatever. Sometimes you can get on somebody and can touch a nerve.
You have to be concerned with the overkill also. Like if you on it and you're getting the laugh, okay, it's fun, the room is vibing. And then some comics just go too far. They just keep going, and the room's like, all right, already. We heard, okay, she divorced the guy, married the guy. All right, we got it. Like, move on. So you get enough to get the room going, get them up, and then you slide off to something
When's
else.
the last time you went too far?
I don't believe I can go too far, but I've gotten into back and forths with people during the election, over who they were voting for. And then, of course, they would say, they're voting for Trump, and then I want to tell you my political views. And I'm like, no, this is not the forum for that. I just wanted to have fun with you.
Right.
Now you want to take it make a stance. But that's not what I was trying to do. I was just trying to engage and have some fun. So that, it's not going too far, but it gets serious.
And I'm asking that because we live in a PC world. Like, stand-up comedy isn't what it used to be. You used to go out there and you can joke, you can say anything you want to.
Well, we're the last. Well, this is the last place you can say something like along the lines of what can be considered,
Is it? Is it coming back now? I mean, because like now that Trump is in office, like everything shouldn't be on.
Oh, it's really coming back now,
right?
No, but this is the last stand-up comedy. That stage is the last place in the world where you can kind of get away with it. A woman walks in wearing something, you're like, damn, look at this. You couldn't say that anywhere else in the world.
Have you ever had a situation where somebody wanted to talk to you after the show?
Absolutely.
Or like I'm talking about talk to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell me about it.
Laugh Factory one night. This is so crazy. Laugh Factory one night, group of guys to my right, group of guys to my left, all Mexican guys. I'm making fun of them. They're cool. They loving it. Oh man, this guy, you crazy. Look at brothers like, hey, why y'all not laughing? And I start making fun of them. And they were all affiliated.
Oh, okay.
They were affiliated. And show's over and they were outside waiting for me. And we're throwing up the signs and we want to talk to you, cuz, and all that.
What?
And the Mexican dudes were like, hey, with they're from whatever street, we know them.
Okay.
Our gang doesn't get along with their gang. We got your back.
So you became an essay.
And I'm like, I was an essay for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, hey, we don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. Let's not do this.
Wow.
And they went outside and talked to the guys and they were like, just tell them to come out. And I came out. And this was like maybe my first month in Los Angeles.
Wow.
I didn't know how serious that whole thing was.
Wow.
And I came outside and the guys were like, hey man, listen, we heard you say you're from New York. We don't play that out here. We don't play the whole making fun of how we dance and the signs and all that. We letting you know now, this will be a problem going forward. And I'm like, you got it.
Lesson learned. You never did it again.
You got it.
Never. Our comics, because at the beginning of the year, it seemed like all the black comics kind of coming for each other. It just seemed like it was like a lot. It started off with Cat and everything.
The
and
remnants of the Cat Williams interview.
Is it going back to normal now? Is it because I was like I just started doing comedy. Do I want to do this? Like I don't want to start a fight.
It was just the interview was just it was a powerful interview. And Cat pulled no punches and said what he said. And every black comic watched it and was like, please, Lord, don't let him say my name. I watched the whole thing like this. Okay, he didn't say my name yet. So I'm like, woof, when it was over, woof.
Right.
But it's getting back to normal. It was a conversation. He was unfiltered. And, some guys felt some kind of way. But some of the stuff he said was pretty accurate. If you in the comedy world, some of the stuff he said, we know was accurate.
Right.
So we didn't feel too much of a way.
One thing with a lot of Tony and I've been knowing for a while. We was actually going to try and put a show together.
I thought we still
We were still going to put a show together.
Did you stop trying to put the show together?
It's a show we want to put together that's along those lines, man. When it comes to like storytelling, I think you guys tell the best stories out of anybody in the history of just
the show sells itself because every comic is into sports. So we could have a show, something like this, and then comics come on and do material about sports.
Let's do it, man. We Roku, y'all need an extra, show.
Let's go, man.
Let's talk.
Now we're talking.
This definitely needs to make this snap. I was going to ask you about your brother a little bit because I saw an interview that you did, and this kind of touched me a little bit because DL's my cousin, right?
Yeah.
So
yes, I remember that.
And DL, I started doing stand up, and I ain't trying to put him on blast or anything like that, but I haven't received any help from DL, which is in a way. I look at it and I say, okay, well, DL's not helping me. I got to do this on my own. Got to navigate these waters. I'm trying to make this transition out there. I saw something where you did an interview. He was talking about First Five, I believe he did.
No, I did. It was my podcast. I have a podcast called Live from the Green Room. And we had Ari Spears on, and Ari Spears said, hey, can I ask you a question? This is something I've always wanted to ask. How come Eddie doesn't put Charlie in a lot of his movies? How come Chris doesn't put you in a lot of his movies? And I was trying to explain it to everybody, but you got to realize sometimes people that are watching don't understand how the business works.
Right.
So the story was that I was supposed to be in the movie Top 5.
Okay.
I was in New York. I was touring, but I had a weekend off, so I went home. I saw my brother at a comedy club. Hey, man, shooting a movie. I'm going to put you in it. That was the conversation right there. Shooting a movie. I'll send you all the info. You're in it. Okay, cool. Do I have to call somebody? No, we'll get you all the info. Now, I continued with my tour, not thinking really too much about it. I just knew I'll get a phone call at some point. And then people started calling me saying, hey, we're on the set. Where are you? Because it was in New York. So all my friends, hey, we on the set. Are you here today? I didn't get a phone call yet. But I continued my tour until the phone call came. Then a young lady, a friend of mine, was, hey, babe, I'm shooting a scene with your brother today. I'm on the show, on the movie. Are you here? Wow, I didn't get a phone call yet. Now, I could have called my brother and said,
yeah, why didn't you?
But I was on tour, and I was like, I'm not stopping my tour until I get the phone call.
Okay.
And normally, what the protocol is, you get a phone call from production.
Right.
Hey, this is so-and-so from production. We got to get your sizes, or we got to get you in for wardrobe because you're going to start on this day. I was waiting for that phone call. It never came. The movie shot, wrapped. People will call me from the rap party. Are you here?
Wow.
But the entire time, I was on tour, so I didn't lose any money.
Right.
People heard me say that in the interview, like I was standing on the stoop waiting for the phone call. I was making a lot of money the whole time, but the phone call never came. My brother doesn't owe me anything. In this life, you will learn that people don't owe you anything. People do because they want to do. So I never entered the business thinking, well, because I got my brother, I'm going to skip the line. No, that's not how we were never raised like that. We were raised like the oldest brothers like my oldest brother got a job first. My dad would say, okay, you got paid on Friday, give all your brothers $5.
Okay.
Then my next brother got a job. Give all your brothers $5. But that was when we were kids. Now we're all able-bodied citizens that can take care of ourselves. We all have our own homes and cars and families to take care of. My brother doesn't owe me anything. It just was an incident where now everybody on the back end after the interview, well, why didn't you go show up on the set? Why didn't you call? I could have done all of that. You're right.
Right.
But I was busy on tour, and I just thought, okay, when they're ready, they'll call me.
See, that's what I admire about you, though, because you've done
I'm
it on
my
your
own man.
Once again, you're your own man. Like, I know that you're Chris's brother, whatever, but I've always looked at you as an individual, as you're doing it on your own, man. And sometimes you just don't need the help, or you don't want the help, and sometimes that makes you even better because you work harder for it.
So when I first started doing stand-up, I knew I started in New York. I started in the same comedy club my brother started at. Same club Eddie started. Same club Adam started. Paul Reiser. I would see every comic coming through those doors back in the day. And when I started, I said, I don't want to lose any credibility with my peers. So I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, he didn't do the open mics. His brother just got him in. Because then when you're around a bunch of comics, they're telling their stories. It's like, no, this doesn't pertain to you. You didn't do it this way. So I always wanted to be the guy that went the traditional route.
Right.
You know, open mics, bringer shows, barking for an audience, hosting a show, not getting paid in free drinks. I did the same exact thing every other comic did. My brother had nothing to do with it. of course, as a kid, when he started, he would always say, "You're the funny one. You should be doing stand-up." He would tell people in interviews. To this day, he still tells people, "Hey, Tone's the funny one.
Tony's hilarious.
Tone's the funny one."
Yeah.
So that's all I really need from him is just when people say my name, just, yeah, he's the guy.
He was Tony Rock, great comedian, Steelers fan.
Yes, sir.
Mets fan.
Yes, sir.
What's your basketball team?
Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. We're not going to talk about them. Nothing to talk about right now. I do
Brooklyn
want to
Nets.
talk about your podcast you got going on right now. You talk about some great. I was on your podcast, a guest on your podcast. I like what you're doing over there with Joe Fox.
Joe Fox and Trey Elliott.
Doing a great job over there. And you got a special out right now.
Live from the Green Room is the podcast. Make sure you guys check it out. And my special is called Rock the World. It's out on streaming platforms, fully financed by myself. Shopped it, couldn't get the deal. Shot it. As soon as I shot it, they saw it. They offered me the money.
So you like the Jay-Z of the
Yeah, I'm
comedy
Jay-Z.
world.
It's my reasonable doubt. Yes.
Sometimes you got to do that, man. You got to bet on yourself, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now the beautiful thing about that is now that I know the formula, I really don't need them now. I can do it again myself and do it the same way I did it before.
And make more money. You see more comics doing it, because I've seen a lot of comics like financing their own specials now, not waiting for the Netflixes of the world to come.
Because the streaming platforms are looking for content, and they want to beat out other platforms on, we have this thing that nobody else has. So if it's quality product, they're going to buy it. And then Netflix is like, damn, we should have got it. Or Hulu's like, we should have got it. So, yeah, streaming platforms is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, bro. And very funny.
I'm going to shoot again. I'm probably going to shoot again in about maybe February.
How do you know when you know, hey, I'm ready for a special? How do you know that? How do you know this is...
Well, the first one is your whole career.
Okay.
The first special is your whole career from the day you started. You have the material. And then once you get that done, the excitement of doing the first one, as soon as it's over, you're like, I got to do that again. It's the high of highs. Like being on stage is a high. You know this.
Yeah.
But shooting a special when it's over is the high of all highs.
Okay.
And you're like, I definitely want to do this again.
Right, man. Hey, who do you like as a comedian? Who's your favorite stand-up comic right now?
Dave Chappelle, my brother. With living, what are we doing?
No, just all time.
Carlin. I still watch Carlin. I still watch
Carlin.
Pryor.
Yeah.
I still watch Patrice O'Neal. May they all rest in peace. Dave Chappelle, my brother. So many people. I like my guy right now is Nate Bargatze.
Oh, yeah, he's hilarious.
Nate Bargatze is my guy right now.
Yeah. Is there a comic, like, cause I say, you got a name, because, rock name, obviously, Tony Rock or whatever, and I want to just have you be up there when it comes to the Chris Rocks of the world, Dave Chappelle. I think
coming soon.
You're just as funny. You really are, and I mean that. I don't blow smoke up nobody. You know that, bro. Is there a comic that's out there that you're looking at that says, man, he needs a little bit more attention?
Being biased, I'd say Jordan Rock.
And that's your brother.
My baby brother. Yeah, Jordan Rock, super funny. About us, I'd say Jordan, Reg Thomas.
I think comedian CP deserves a little bit more.
CP's
hilarious.
Yeah, Chelsea Perry.
Chelsea, okay.
John Grimes.
Okay.
Quite a few names that I see, like, okay.
And thanks for giving them a platform, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Anytime, man, you call him.
It's Tony Rock, man. It's Tony Rock, man. Yeah.
That was great.
Doing this thing, bro.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a good time as always, bro.
Super fun. Let's do it again tomorrow.
We will do it again tomorrow. I got to get up early in the morning. I guess I got to go to sleep tonight then.
Gotta go get some sleep, man.
At some point.
You performing this weekend somewhere?
I am in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Improv. The weekend after that, I am in Boston, Laughs Boston. And then I'm going on vacation for a little while, going to the Cayman Islands. Recharge my battery, work on this tan, and then come back and do it all over again.
Yeah, bro.
Charleston, I love you.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.